Hi guys, and welcome to your July 2020. This is going to be the What Aren't They Telling You for the beautiful sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello, Cancerians. I'm so very proud because we're almost done with Cancer season. Actually, what's today? We are done. It's Leo season. How did Cancer season treat you? Now, what was funny, Cancerians, is that at the end, we had a brand new moon. Like, we had a very, very, very close new moon in Cancer right before Leo was supposed to begin, which was really strange. That took place on the 20th. So we are in Leo season, and I hope that Leo season finds you well and in good spirits because you definitely took a beating. I am Cancer Sun. Hello. If you're new here with me, hello, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're subscribed to the tribe, what's good, fam bams? If you are here, then that means that you are connecting with someone, an active connection, regardless of whether you guys are together or not. You still feel this person. I feel the need to have to give you guys a disclaimer at the beginning of the videos because I get a lot of comments that's telling me that's insinuating that I want you to go back to somebody that treated you like crap. And that means that you're not understanding what type of reading this is. You shouldn't be watching if you're single. You can watch just to be curious. I appreciate your watch. But I don't need to hear about what doesn't resonate when you're, it's for people that have an active connection, regardless of regardless of the external. You can interpret that the way that you want. People who are partnered up, people who are coupled up is what they're not telling you. Doesn't necessarily have to be that, but people don't know how to make it work. So, I have an open mind. So, if you find yourself in one of those situations where you are bitterly single and you don't want to hear about what your partner may not be telling you because you don't have a partner, or you single and doing you and you happy and living your best life, then that's fantastic. I do a 3-in-1, and I'm going to try very hard to get those done at the top of the month so they will be there for you. And this month I was successful. So there is a 3-in-1 reading that is time stamped that acts as your what aren't they telling you for that week for love, singles, and career. I invite you to go and do that. Everybody else, let's get started. I'm going to, go in with the Marvelous Truth Oracle to get a high-level view of what you guys may be going through. Hope this message finds you guys all well and in good spirits as we transition into the next season. Show me, Spirit, for Cancer, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We do have the World. We'll get into that energy in a second. And then we flip over, and that's acceptance. Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and with acceptance, there can be recovery. So we have 3 words in one. Top of the deck, very, very close, is joy. In order for you to accept your joy, in order for you to truly accept, you have to understand and then recover. I like to, when I created this one, when I was channeling these messages and trying to meditate and figured out what I wanted my oracle deck to say, this was important because it's a little bit of everything and it's all energy. Okay, so there is something that needs to be accepted here. The World is here. This is Saturn. So I know that there has been some struggle and some strife, especially with you Cancerians in the last 18 months. And beyond, for the simple fact that North Node and South Node was in Cancer, Capricorn forever. Went in at right before 2017 ended and stayed, if I'm not mistaken, or did it go into the next year? What is this, 2020? I'm sorry. It went in November of 2018. And it beat us up all for 18 months. So the transit just took a turn and went into Gemini, Sagittarius. And I'm telling you that one is going to be a little bit easier, but not necessarily, because there's going to be a lot of accepting. Because that particular pair is all about truth and justice. Well, your pair, the pair that you were included in, which was your sign, Cancer and Capricorn, which is the opposite, which is my sun and moon. Hello. There was a lot of deep personal changes that went through, and there was a lot of emphasis on relationships and your value and this, that, and the third. So some of your keywords and your number 21, you figure out what that means to you. But this was Saturn and it was Earth. So yes, you guys got beat up every time Capricorn went through anything. Achievement, fulfillment, possibilities, successful conclusions. And I also want you to know that's also definitely about the fact that old cycles are ending. Okay, we're going in with the good tarot, and we're going to go ahead and get your 5 cards and top of the deck. All right. Okay, what do we have? The King of Water. So there's a King of Cups here. It's a very emotional time for you right now. This person is very emotional. The Page of Water, and they have something that they need to say. Cancer, I also want to take a moment to say congratulations, because your energy had to have improved, because you haven't been in the top 5 in a long time. I think it's been about a good 6 months. So congratulations on your triumphs and your struggles. Okay. Good, bad, or indifferent, you survived if you're here. So if you're trying to figure out what they're not telling you and you're still standing, give yourself a round of applause, because it's been rough. And whenever there's a transit that includes what you have to learn, there's going to be a lot of emotions, because I was going to say Earth, that's Capricorn. Your cardinal water, obviously, I know that. And you had to learn a lot of cardinal Earth type energies. And everybody doesn't have a Capricorn moon. So for me, that's the story of my life. But for other Cancerians that have more tender moons, maybe you have a water moon, maybe your scope was too broad and you had to reel things back in. Maybe it was too earthy like me, but we were first who got beat up. Or maybe it was too impulsive. Either way, no matter what that moon was, we took a beating, and it was meant to grow us, okay? Pause. Back to this. So there's a lot of water here. You're dealing with water. You can be connecting with a fellow water sign, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And for the remaining 9 zodiacs, I am only going to be clarifying the Romance Angel Oracle in the heart. I'm going to go to When Spirit Speaks Oracle, because I want to get more broad messages. So I'm going to be doing that for you guys. I'm not going to be using the the Romance Angel Oracle for the entire clarification process, because, we get more broader messages when we do it and we switch it up, and I don't want these mundane things. Let's keep it moving. Heart of the matter. Okay, was that trying to come out? The High Priestess. Beautiful energy here. There's some things that has yet to be seen here. Somebody had this energy the other day, because my High Priestess energy. Okay. The King of the Earth. Okay, here we go. Wow. There's an offer. Love. 6. Look at that. The Love card. Oh. 9 of Swords at the top of the deck. I'm going to go in for an explanation for that. I know what that is, but I want to read it, because that's such a beautiful card that you got love. I love this. I love it. It, in this particular book, it's called Love. Oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and an exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. And that's exactly what this person wants to do. Look at that. Beautiful. Love. I can receive. Oh my God. This person wants to love on you. Cancer, they haven't been doing a very great job at it. They've been struggling. I'm going to go in first with the Romance Angel Oracle and go into the heart matter. There are some things that have remained to be seen. They're not done making their mark or proving their point. I'm going to go in first there, and then we're going to talk about the heart and go from there. Boom. Wedding. So, I mean, it's obvious that someone is loving on you because obviously love is here. The situation involves marriage. You know, Cancers, we can't make things fit that doesn't fit. There's a hell of an amount of emotions and a very built up offer. And there's been a lot, remember, of hard lessons that you have had to learn dealing with this energy. But now it looks like things are going to be letting up because there's going to be an expression of love and there's going to be an offer of commitment. This person has evolved. This is not two totally different people. This is two sides of one person. There is an offer of love, or when I say offer, first of all, the King of Earth is here. We know that that's our commitment. The King of Water is here. We know that that's an offer of our heart. But we do have a page. Now, some of you have children. Someone wants to extend an apology, though. When I have my offer here that's going to be given by my king, what I am saying is that when he's given his offer, he's also apologizing. Some of you guys also have, there's some type of child reference here. Clarify King of Water for me. We're going to go in now with the surrounding cards of the heart, with the When Spirit Speaks Oracle, self-care. So you had to disconnect. Maybe they had to disconnect. There's a certain level of self-care that needed to take place because it just got way too intense. Things got out of hand. This person understands that. And it could have been that you had to pull your emotions back because Cancer, let's face it, you are the kings and the queens, hello, of reeling things back in when things have gotten a little out of hand. Maybe something wasn't being reciprocated. Maybe your love kept getting lost in translation. Maybe no matter how much you pushed into love, someone pushed that love away. This person is coming in and understanding that they had to then take your cue when you pushed away and try to take care of themselves and really accept their own emotions, because I do not feel like they were comfortable with doing so. They want to apologize. That apology is being clarified by, show me Spirit. That apology is being clarified by harvest. What I love about this particular deck is it gives that harvest, and you know, there are certain things that the reader or the spiritual reader, myself, can intuitively get. My deck is the same way. And this harvest means that they realize that a lot of things block the flow of what could have grown. All of the seeds, again, goes back to that self-care. And when you try to plant these seeds, there was some things that were just not reciprocated. There was some things here that just was not reciprocated. In the heart of the matter, we do have wedding again. And I believe that that high priestess is here. And the person definitely went into, this is non-action, but a knowing. But on a more spiritual level than the hangman, who is enlightened and he's upside down. Sometimes the best thing to do in a situation like this is not take any action. And I do feel like this is consulting higher, the spirituality of it in this high priestess to really figure out how to make this situation that involves marriage take place. And I don't mean that someone is married to somebody else. Exactly. Spirit family, this person is walking a spiritual path right now. I mean them trying to figure out how to marry you. So if your person is married to somebody else, this isn't your video, because that's not what I'm talking about here. So clarify love for me, Spirit. There is a rewiring that's going on. There is a rewire that's going on. There's going to be some type of something in summer. There is a summer connotation. Okay. with this 9 of air. They're up at night. They're very anxious. There could have been a big blow up between you guys in the summer. I'm not sure, but there is definitely some type of summer connotation. I don't know whether the breakup happened in the summer. Well, we're in the middle of the summer, so maybe this was last summer. Maybe there's going to be a reconciliation next summer. But what they're not telling you is that they're walking the spiritual path, taking care of themselves so they can love you right. They want to get married. And I think that this person has hurt you enough. Well, now they realize, you know, Cancer, I'm just going to do a little story time with you for a second while I get my jacked up deck together. When I realized that my feelings had come to a point for an individual, I knew that because I no longer wanted to do the things that I used to do in other energy. That's what this person is going through. To hurt you would be like hurting themselves now. They're realizing that those old cycles have ended. Saturn has kicked ass. And what you've been doing is trying to understand, because let's face it, that Cancerian energy wants to understand, because you may not, you're okay. Just give it to me. Don't hold anything back. Okay? Especially if you have an earth moon. Don't hold minds. Give it to me. But you had to understand to accept. And then when you get to acceptance, you can move to the next particular thing, which is to recover. As you started to do this, this person had to rewire and start all over again because they were not in a spiritual place to love you. Let me do one more. And to hurt you was like hurting themselves. Now they're starting to walk into their spirituality. And it's not like this blatant spirituality where, you know, they're never going to quite tap into divine like you. You're not connecting with a person like you. You are connecting with your other half, though. And in your particular case, you need the opposite. In this particular instance, that's what you need. Show me, Spirit, what aren't they telling Cancer? That's what you need here. The commitment is coming. Never ending story. Interesting. 37. 7 and 3 is 10. That's the reset. That is the world. That's what I'm talking about. There's a reset here. This never ending story, though. You probably heard this before. They know that you've heard this before. They know that that is what you've heard. And they know that when they come towards you with this truth, it's gonna sound like the same shit you've heard. They know that. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary drama. And that's exactly what they did. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain. Not because of abuse or abuse or neglect, but for the other more complex, but other, can I read? But for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. Right now, you have an opportunity to important healing. But you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself those old stories. Have compassion for the part of you that believe those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So this person came with that. They came with fear, shame, low self-esteem. That's what this person is. And now they're starting to move out of this never-ending story and starting to tell themselves new stories about the way in which they love. And the more, again, that they take care of themselves, they can love you right. I'm telling you that they're going to be coming towards you, and those old cycles are over. They no longer want to tell you the never-ending story of, I'm sorry, Cancer, I won't do this again. They're ready to rewrite a brand new story, one that's going to restore your faith in them, Cancer, and also that's going to make them feel good from the inside out. And that's just what it is. That's what it is, darlings. Okay? I love it. Will you accept? Will you understand? Then will you recover? Will you ride that out with them? Because in their heart, this is what they want with you. They've had to go through a certain transformation first. And it hasn't been easy. But they brought that energy to the relationship. And they couldn't love you because they didn't love themselves. And now they're walking into that self-love. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. I love it. Certainly hope this resonated with at least one Cancer out there. I love bringing you guys the messages. Thank you for increasing that energy, increasing the energy that I got from you guys. I know you're feeling a little bit better. I know you've been beat up, battered and bruised, Lord knows. The headaches have went away, right? Feeling a little bit better. This person is ready to make a comeback. But they really did have to tear themselves out the frame, Cancers, in order to even begin to meet you emotionally. They emotionally, they don't stand a chance. I'm telling you. But they're rewiring. And they're starting to love on themselves a little bit more by doing things. And it's the story that they told themselves. I love that. It is. It was what they led themselves to believe. It was all of the hurt and the pain. And it could have a lot to do with attachment and the way in which they their attachment styles. But they have to break out. And I don't see that because I don't like using that as an excuse, albeit valid. I'm just telling you that that's why I wanted to get away for this particular week, especially now that we're going into Leo season. And we're, going to be starting this new transit with North Node, South Node, Gemini, Sagittarius. I don't want it to be wine and roses. I'm sorry for the more tender moon Cancers, if you're a Cancer sun, but we keep it real. I hope it resonated. Let me know how you feel about it down. Drop it like it's hot in those comments. I will see you next week when we do it again. Mucho kisses. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.